The year is 1628 and Stockholm's harbour is alive with excitement. Thousands of spectators gather, eager to witness the launch of Sweden's most powerful warship, the Vasa. It stands as a masterpiece of naval engineering, adorned with intricate carvings, bristling with cannons, and towering over the water like a floating fortress. As the ship sets sail, cheers erupt and cannons fire in celebration. The Vasa was meant to be a show of power, a declaration that Sweden ruled the seas. At the time, King Gustavus Adolphus was leading Sweden in the bloody 30 Years' War and demanded a warship like no other. He envisioned a vessel that would strike fear into enemies and serve as a floating fortress in the Baltic. But the king's ambitions exceeded reality. He constantly revised the ship's plans, demanding more cannons, taller decks, and grander features, pushing the limits of what shipbuilders knew to be safe. No one dared to challenge him. When the King of Sweden ordered a warship, you built it, whether it made sense or not. By the time the Vasa was completed, it was dangerously unstable. It stood too tall, too narrow, and carried an overwhelming number of heavy cannons, making it top-heavy. It was a disaster waiting to happen. In fact, the instability was so obvious that just weeks before its launch, a test was conducted where sailors ran from side to side to see how the ship handled movement. The Vasa rocked so violently that the test had to be stopped immediately. The shipbuilders knew the truth. If this vessel ever sailed, it would sink. But still, no one stopped it. The king was expecting his grand warship, and delaying its launch could mean political and personal consequences. On 10th of August 1628, the moment of truth arrived. As the Vasa left the harbour, a breeze caught its sails, causing it to sway. A second, stronger gust hit, and this time the warship could not recover. Water poured into the open gun ports, flooding the decks in seconds. In full view of the Swedish people, the Vasa rolled onto its side and plunged into the sea, taking over 30 crew members with it. It had travelled less than a mile before sinking. The aftermath was humiliating. King Gustavus Adolphus, still away at war, demanded answers. An investigation followed, but rather than place blame on the king's impossible demands, officials pointed fingers at one another. No one was officially punished. The shipbuilders had simply done what they were ordered to do, and questioning the king was never an option. The wreck of Vasa remained untouched for 333 years, hidden beneath Stockholm's harbour, a sunken monument to political pressure and engineering failure. In 1961, divers rediscovered the wreck, still remarkably well preserved due to the cold Baltic waters. The Vasa was carefully raised from the depths and restored, becoming one of the best preserved 17th century warships in existence. Today it stands in the Vasa Museum in Stockholm, where visitors can walk alongside the doomed vessel.